And so tell us kind of how you bring a company from A to B or from A to Z by working with those middle management folks and how that has that ripple effect kind of reversed itself.
Well, you've hit on you've triggered a few things. We So number one, people are constantly asking, "Am I valued? Am I appreciated? Am I in the right role? Am I stacking up against my colleagues or whatever?" And if they ever flip any of those switches, you're in trouble. But if they ever get to the point, "Am I wanted?" You're exposed. And
Yeah.
then really
Yes.
what happens with these people, they're your high performers in a lot of cases, and they're kind of just left to their own accord. So,
Mm.
HR typically gets involved with onboarding people, working with the 10 to 15% of they're just there figuring things out, or they're the 9 to 5ers, just leave me alone. I got other things to do, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you got the top of the organization, they're doing their thing, more than 40, 50, 60, whatever numbers of hours in the week or day it takes. And
Exactly.
they need conversations and calibration or recalibration, but you don't have to, as the leadership team, you typically don't have to focus a lot of effort on those individuals. But this swath of people in the middle, they're
Yeah.
left to chance. Organizations don't train the way they used to. They don't have the budgets
Mm.
the way they used to. So these folks are left to their own accord through TED Talks or whatever they can find on the internet or pick up on some influencer or what have you, or they're just waiting to see. So sometimes they're accused of being complacent. Sometimes they're accused of being too demanding to push and their way forward in their career. But
Yeah.
when you engage with these people, and we look for growth minded people, but when you actually engage with these folks one on one and meet them where they are, they're very appreciative. You're actually kind of creating an insurance policy. You're
Mm.
insulating them from outside poachers. And I know a lot of the people we work with they're high end technology workers, knowledge workers. They're approached literally multiple times a day in some cases.
Wow.
They're highly valued, and to replace one of those people, it's no small feat. And
Yeah.
I've done the new talent acquisition HR thing. You can get into the situation where it may cost you months to find someone, and to replace them, when all is said and done, it may be 2 or 3 times, and that might be a bit of it. But in some cases, it could be 2 or 3 times what their current salary
Yeah.
is. So if you can insulate and keep those people, you're better in the long term and the short term.
Yeah. I mean, people look at keeping or getting clients and how what they're always doing to go out and find new clients. But when they realize how much easier it is to keep the clients you
Keep
have
them.
happy, uh, they put a lot more focus on there. But that's the same thing applies to your employees.
Oh, and
It's so much more cheaper to keep your employees happy. And my friend Norm Wood says it best when he says that if you think training is expensive, wait till you get the bill for ignorance.
well, some people I think it's who is the guy? I forget the guy that did all the re-engineering back in the '80s, but he say, well, people, what if I train my people and they leave? Well, what if you don't train them and they stay?
That's a good point. Yeah.